Welcome to day 6 of the 30-day video challenge, the story of me. And I had one thing planned, but something just came up that I think is important to talk about. So we're going to change gears a little bit into more of what I do versus some more life lessons. I'll continue with the life lessons tomorrow. But I just got back from a school talk with first graders, and I do quite a few of those throughout the school year to help the community and help the students become better teachers. This particular talk was on discipline. And it's always interesting to me whenever I ask the kids questions about how they basically are only able to answer what not to do. And the reasoning or rationale behind this is actually pretty interesting. 80% of every language on planet Earth is negative words. So everybody is facing a battle with trying to be positive. So we talk about kids having confidence. We talk about kids, being leaders and being, go-getters. But 80% of everything they learn is a negative word of what not to do. So we're already behind the 8 ball when it comes to that, and we really have to be conscious of it to combat it and make it better. So, for example, I asked the kids, well, what are some of the rules that you have here at school? Don't talk out loud. Don't touch somebody else. Don't do this. Don't do that. And so whenever you tell your brain what not to do, it gets stuck because it doesn't know what to do. So one of the main things that I spend a lot of time working with kids is telling them, this is what I want you to do. I don't have to worry about what not to do because there's thousands and thousands of ways not to do what we're doing. I want you to do it this one way, whether it's throwing a technique or whether it's speaking respectfully when spoken to, whether it's standing at attention, but making sure that whenever you're telling your child to do something, do just that. Tell them what to do, not don't do that. Stop that, knock that off, don't do that. I get what you're going for, but it's not as effective as telling your child what to do. So I spent most of this school talk, reframing and trying to change the kids' vocabulary, and it's not going to happen in one session. So if the teacher runs with it, then there's an opportunity for it to change it. But whenever the child said, well, don't bother my friend. Okay, good. Keep your focus on yourself. Right? Well, don't talk out loud. Good. Always be quiet. Right? Wait your turn. So converting all of the negative things that kids aren't supposed to do into positives of what they are. Because guess what? As adults, a lot of adults do the same thing. Right? If I were to ask you as an adult, what do you want out of life? A lot of time, people get stuck. They don't know what to answer because they spend so much time figuring out what they don't want. And so if you spend all of your time focusing, well, I don't want that. Well, I don't want that. Well, I don't want that. You don't have any time to process and work on the things that you do want. So while this is a lesson for the first graders and the school talk I did today, I thought it would be important to work on your vocabulary. How many times do you catch yourself being negative, saying negative, or talking negative about anything versus positive? If it's 80% negative, 20%, well, then you're in the norm with what every language is on the planet. The challenge is to start improving the positive and getting rid of the negative, and let's see how you do that. That's video 6, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.